Hey there, do you like talking about your favorite comic book and characters? Or a TV series you love to binge? Or how Goku from Dragon Ball Z was trash, but it was still your gateway anime? But you're also interested in talking about different social issues and current events, like representation, Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movement, or racism? Well then, you're in luck. I've got a podcast where we dive into all of that. It's called Speak On It. I'm your host, Nisha, a millennial that's just trying to live my black and nerdy life while also staying informed. So every episode, a guest and I will dive into a discussion that can cover everything from anime to activism and speak on it. You can head over to iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever else these RSS feeds go to subscribe, listen, and stay tuned. Talk to you soon.
FX presents the Indu Podcast with your host, T. Sterling Watson.
Good morning, Indubians. I'm T. Sterling Watson.
And I'm Courtney.
This is in the Indu Podcast. Thank you for stopping by and pressing play. This is I don't know what week it is, but it is episode number 8. We're recording live from the south side of Wakanda in a little new Indubiat on the corner of T'Chaka and MLK Drive. Wakanda forever.
Okay, that's new, but I like it.
We've got some special guests with us, Courtney.
Yes, we do. I'm so excited for these special guests because they're awesome.
They are, in my opinion, my humblest opinion, they are some of, I'll say, film Twitter's elite, because they
they are
writing about film exquisitely, because I've read some pieces from her, or they are working on films that I am anxiously waiting for. So, very first, we have Candace Frederick. Is that correct?
It is. How are you?
I'm well. Just quickly, you've written for Vice, /Film, and Daily Beast, just to name a few. But tell us, as if we don't know who you are, who are you?
Who am I in a nutshell? Gosh, I'll try to keep this super short. So I am a freelance journalist. I write specifically about TV and film. I often write about the intersection of film or TV on the intersection between politics and film and TV. And so a lot of my themes are dealing with feminism or race or culture and society. And so I try to kind of add my own personal touch. And that's pretty much who I am.
All right.
nice. I said nice.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. Just caught up and I can't even do words right now.
Our second guest is a friend of mine. We've met previously. You've heard her on the Food Fight podcast, which she will be back because I believe we have to speak about sprinkles. She also is 1/4 of a host of Nerds of Prey. And Lauren Warren, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very well. And who are you? Even though I just introduced you.
As you said, I am 1/4 of the Nerds of Prey. I am also a screenwriter by day, avid gamer by night. Currently working on a few projects and trying to convince people that my wonderful and eccentric ideas are worth money. And to convince them to stop making bad video game adaptations.
Amen.
And a sprinkle enthusiast.
Yes.
I just love film and television. Just an overall fan of entertainment in general.
Great. I picked the right people for this particular episode because this is our Oscar special, even though we will be talking about Black Panther shortly. But before we do that, We just need to break the ice, and I will ask this question first to Candace, and then we'll come back to Lauren. But Candace, Ben and Jerry has just come up to you, and they want you to come up with a flavor and a name for that flavor. What do you give them?
What? Was not expecting that. The first thing that comes to mind, I'll just say Candylicious.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What's in it?
Oreos and Captain Crunch, the yellow parts, not the berries, but just the regular plain Captain Crunch.
Okay. This sounds fun.
It's my 4-year-old favorite ice cream. If I was like the inner 4-year-old in me.
I like it because I do like the idea of mixing cereal with ice cream.
Yes, that's the only way to have it.
It's delicious. It really is. Because it's already like milk, but it's just a topping and it's crunchy. It's delicious.
And it's and
And it's
frozen.
sweet. There you go.
And that's
I like that.
Yes.
Candle is what you call it.
Candylicious.
All right, I like it. Lauren,
Is that a play on your name by any chance?
Okay, so short story.
I thought it was, but okay, I want to hear this story.
Okay, because I was thinking like maybe it's Candy, but she didn't name Candy. So what?
so anything to first thing to know about me, I hate being called Candy. I've been trying to run away from that nickname since birth. My mom calls me that when she's mad at me because she knows I hate it. So that's like her way of like really driving in the nail. And in college, one of my friends just started calling me Candylicious. I don't really know why, because she also really wanted to call me Candy because I think a lot of people just want to defer to that. And I adamantly said, don't ever call me that. And so this was her alternative, and it stuck with her.
Okay, because then I was like, maybe it's Bootylicious, but
nope.
But like with your name. Okay, I got you.
This predated Destiny's Child.
Oh, gotcha. I got you. No, I got you.
Yeah, because I was expecting Candy to be in there somewhere, but like, oh, there's no Candy. These are the
right.
Which
I'm cool with. I mean, it works.
I was just thinking of something sweet, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll use it this one time.
I like it. I mean, I would give you my money for it. So. I would.
There you go.
Chosen wisely. I approve.
Thank you.
So, Lauren, you have the same question. If Ben and Jerry were to walk up to you to say, we need a new flavor, and please give it a name, what is this new flavor?
Scapegoat. And it's an acronym, and I'll tell you why. Because it would be a combination of my favorite desserts, sugar cookie apple pie. Okay. And the E is just, I guess, for excitement. I don't know. S-C-A-P. With vanilla ice cream all mixed together.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
So it's like a mishmash of all my favorite things. And it also could be snickerdoodle cookie apple pie ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Have you thought about this before? I feel like you're prepared.
But you know what, though? I have a sweet tooth generally. So it's never too far from me what I want and what I always stop myself from getting. Because trust me, if that was a real flavor, I'd be in trouble.
I will say I think I've had variants on both of these, but not at the same time. So that is something that I might have.
You should probably try mixing it now that Lauren has planted the seed.
Now I want
it. now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I want it too.
I've had ice cream, but just now I have to put the snickerdoodle cookie mix in that, and that's writing these notes down.
Glad to help.
Love the name. That was a great name too.
Yeah, it was.
Candylicious and Scapegoat. And I thought you were going to say the goat was the greatest of all time because that's the kind of ice cream it is. So
well, hey, there you go. That could be. I didn't even think of that.
Sugar cookie, apple pie, excitement, greatest of all time you'll ever have.
There you go.
Great. Now we're going to take a quick break as I go run to get some ice cream very quickly. And when we return, we will actually talk a little bit about. I'm not sure if anybody's heard of it. Black Panther. So we'll talk about
Oh, yeah, I think I have.
I haven't.
I don't know
guess
what
I'll
this
learn
is
about
about.
it. Yeah, I guess I'll learn. Is that the party? Like
I'm
the
not
organization?
prepared.
Check on IMDb real quick.
Okay,
Right,
I can do that.
Let
Might be
me do my Googles.
We'll find out when we get back.
Hey, this is Steph Farwell. Join me bi-weekly at the Lemonade for all things nerdy and geeky, giving you all the sweet and sour notes from the nerd world, as well as my own special commentary to make this blend lemonade just right. Follow the Lemonade at Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Podbean, at the Points of Interest Network, and I'll see you guys soon.
And we are back. That was a great little break we had. I learned so many things in that little break. And Black Panther was amazing. And if you did not hear everything, make sure you get the Patreon so you can hear everything that we talked about, because there was some great stuff that you may have missed out on. Now it is time for our Black History Fact. And where's that? Oh, there it is.
Black History.
Black History. Black History. Black History.
Facts.
And we have breaking news for our Black History Fact. So as we on the Indu podcast are one of our favorite people that we're now talking about, this is our third time discussing her, the lovely Doris Payne, which is my favorite criminal, and she is now getting her own movie finally.
It's about time.
It's about time, okay?
That's amazing.
Played.
Her story is just so interesting and fascinating to me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
And
she's still living, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she
Still
was
doing
just
her
in jail,
thing.
like last year.
So hilarious.
She went to jail again. She's like, as long as there is breath left in me and my legs work, I'm gonna steal it all.
An icon.
Go
A
get
true
it.
Icon.
Go get all of it.
Get it, girl.
Reparations.
Get it.
want it. But Tessa Thompson will be playing her, and it's great because I was trying to figure out who could play her. I remember doing some, I think my own casting for it, and I really couldn't figure out anybody. But this is perfect. I'll take it because I love Tessa Thompson. She's in a lot of stuff that I love already, and I'm here for it. And if they do invite her to the set, which I'm pretty sure that they will, they should expect some things to go missing.
They better wrap it up.
Right. Don't come with your good jewels that day.
Or just push her in a wheelchair and don't stop. Like, here's the set, here's a trailer, here's this, here's that.
And
Okay,
goodbye.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
All the time. They'll distract you. Like, hey, look at that thing over there, and then you're on the lot. You're out of a whole lighting system, and like, where did it go?
You're gonna be missing your clothes too.
Oh my gosh, right off your back.
Yeah. There was a documentary about her on Netflix, and she and one of her good friends like went to a flea market to walk around, and she stole from the flea market, and her friend was like, really? Really?
From a flea market, nobody's safe.
We were
Nobody-
only there
sometimes-
15 minutes,
yeah,
and
it's
you
just in
already
your
stole
blood.
something.
I mean, sometimes you just can't help it. It's just in your blood, right?
Right.
Bless her.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever she wants. Oh, bless her heart. Just
Bless
Just
her
bless
heart.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bless it.
I also love that we're just getting particularly a Black woman who is not this good, because oftentimes we get these heroic Black historical characters and we never ever see these other less perfect, definitely not innocent type characters, but women who still own their strength and own their power in each step that they take. And so I'm very, very interested to see what they'll do here, because I do think that we get a lot of heroes and we don't get, I mean, to some degree she could be considered a hero, but we don't really get we have very concrete heroes that we constantly revere on screen. There was another Rosa Parks movie just on TV one couple of weeks ago. And so yeah, I mean, I'm just interested in seeing that because I feel like we get a lot of the criminal anti-hero women characters who are white, but we don't see a lot of that when it comes to women of color, certainly not Black women.
Yeah, agreed.
And this will be conceived as a high concept action drama, so I'm in the vein of like Catch Me If You Can or the Thomas Crown Affair, so I'm all for it.
Yes.
Cool.
Can't wait.
So we'll be reporting on that as more develops.
Yes.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say. Oh boy! Mailman, mail today.
For our Ask Indube questions, you can tweet me, you can send emails using the hashtag AskIndube, and we will ask the questions. And today we have a question from Tito who asks, what is or who is your favorite character on The Good Place? So,
wait a second.
I can't answer that.
Okay, let me just look up The Good Place real fast so I can get all the characters' names in front of me.
Chidi. I already know mine. It's Chidi.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Because you know what? He's one of those. He's just so well written that I saw my own faults and qualities in him. So I felt entertained and attacked at the same time.
I feel that way too. Sometimes too, watching him, like, oh man, that's tough to.
I was like, ha 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 ha! Look at him. Oh wait.
Right.
I feel red. Okay. Isn't nice, but yeah, definitely Chidi for me.
It's funny because I took a Good Place quiz, like one of those BuzzFeed quizzes, and I think I got Janet, which is very interesting. It basically said that you're an empty person, which is
well,
not
that's just rude.
right. I was like, first of all, check yourself because Janet is actually not empty. She does come across that way, but she's also very, very wise, but she's very well programmed. So it depends on how you read her.
Right.
Ever since and I know, Courtney, you haven't seen the show yet, so I'm not going to spoil it. Ever since we found out who Jason was, I cannot get him out of my head.
I'm missing out on the joke.
Because I was just like, oh my gosh. So when it was exposed, I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm constantly drawn to him. If we want to talk about vapid people, he's a vapid person.
Yeah.
But he's also incredibly charming.
Yes.
And so that's my favorite character. I know he's trying, but just not very hard.
It's the best he can do.
Right.
Really.
I felt the bass in your voice come out when you're like, he's trying his best.
I'm trying to defend him because I know he has no fans. And so I'm trying.
You're trying to stand for him a little bit.
Yes, I'm trying a little bit.
And Courtney, when you do see it, you'll understand.
I'll get it. Okay. I'll just have to bookmark this conversation in my mind so that when I watch the show, I'll be like, oh, that's what that meant. Okay,
when you watch and you want to discuss it, I am here.
Yeah,
I love watching people watch it.
Okay.
And I love taking that ride with new viewers because it's just really amazing. So I am here when you catch up and you want to discuss because it's always fun. It's so much fun.
Cool.
In fact,
where can I find this show?
It's NBC, right?
Yeah, it's on NBC. So I don't know if you
Okay.
have Hulu. It's also on Netflix. The season 1 is on Netflix.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
how I saw it on Netflix, and then I watched it in real time.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, cool.
I started watching it because of Lauren and or the Nerds of Prey, because they were talking about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I should go check out the show, because when it first started, I kind of wrote it off. Like, I'm like, how's this gonna be a
Me
series?
too.
And
Mhm.
I kept watching it, and I'm like, first of all, this is hilarious, but let's see where they go with season 2.
Right.
And I'm just anxiously waiting for the next season at this point. And it's really well done, and it's very, very innovative and different, and I love it.
Because I don't remember how it was marketed initially, but it wasn't really on my radar.
At all.
And I just literally was just like, I need a new thing, and I guess this is on Netflix, so I'll just watch it, and fell in like 6 hours later. Oh crap, I'm done.
Right. Well, it's interesting because I was watching Kristen Bell in, oh goodness, what's the name of that show? The show with Don Cheadle on
Oh, House of
Showtime.
Lies.
Yeah, so I was watching her on that, and then that ended, and then there was all this marketing for The Good Place, and I was like, this looks, first of all, it's completely different from House of Lies,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh, this. I mean, all I kept on thinking, I was like, is this like a Jesus show? It just felt very heavenly, and I wasn't really into it.
Yeah.
But watching it, I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on? And that's
Right.
still the question I have to this day. What is exactly going on the show?
And I think they ask themselves that too. And that's how they keep it so fresh.
Yes, I can see that.
Like,
Yeah.
what did we do? What are we doing?
Right.
Definitely agree. And I think I'm just going to say my character would be Janet. I'm entertained by her, and just the nuances that she has in every episode, whether that's something that she learns or is just like, oh, okay, well, we're doing this now.
Mhm.
And through Janet, I will also say Derek, because I love the actor and a lot of the stuff that he's in.
Mhm.
And I just want to give a quick shout out to Big Mouth, which is another show on Netflix that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Jason
Oh,
is on
Yeah.
what's that?
Big Mouth is
Animated,
a
right? Yeah.
Yes. It's a cartoon that is, well, first of all, it's starring a whole bunch of comedians, and they are voicing children, and they are kind of coming of age, so they're dealing with puberty and a whole bunch of other things and each other, and it's very funny. At first, I'm like, okay, I don't think I like this, but then I don't know, it was just, I'm watching it over and over again, so it's like kind of like one of those comfort TV shows I'll just put on in the background. But
Hmm.
but
I'm just looking at it now. Okay, cool.
it's very interesting, and they did get a second season, so I'm excited for that. But Janet is my answer for The Good Place. And now we'll get to our second question, which comes from Berto, who asks us to have 3 movies. Well, it's through another tweet, but still to ask to have 3 movies. Pick one to be your appetizer, one to be your main entree, one to be your dessert, and they all must complement each other, and they cannot be sequels.
Oh, that's a lovely question.
They have to complement each other. I missed that part. It's okay. It's okay. Mine complement each other in my head.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Right.
counts.
as long
That
as
counts.
you justify it, then I think that should be fine. You should it out. Are you ready now, or do you need to?
I am ready. It's just you just need the titles, right?
Yeah, just the titles.
Okay. The starter, the appetizer, Dog Day Afternoon. The main is The Namesake, and dessert is Black Swan.
Really? Black Swan for dessert?
For dessert. So, it's interesting. So when I was compiling this, I was thinking, I like to eat like the heavier things first and then like start off lighter. So I was going to flip it and do Black Swan, but I like to watch really unsettling movies. Like if anybody follows me at 1:00 in the morning on Twitter, and I'll say, I just turned on The Exorcist. Good night, everybody.
I have never noticed that about you. I follow you and I've never picked that up.
That's like all I'll say. I won't have a conversation about it. I'm like, I just turned on Children of the Dam. Good night, everybody. Until tomorrow.
I love it.
And that's like what I do. And I like fall asleep with something very disturbing, which explains my dreams.
Sure. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
like The Cell, that would be something that you'd watch late at night just before you.
Totally.
Yeah, because that still disturbs me a little bit.
I can't watch that movie. Ugh,
Oh, it's so good.
I'm a weenie.
I've seen enough of it. Like I've seen it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
It's disturbing.
It is.
I guess I'll go ahead and go next because the first one I came since I was still in my Black Panther mode. I decided that for my appetizer, I will start with the Lion King.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a good one.
My main dish would be Black Panther.
Mhm.
And my dessert would be Coming to America.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Like you
lovely.
played the game perfectly.
That is such a nice little dinner party.
I would come to that dinner party and be so
Yes.
happy.
Yes. The
Um,
endorphins.
That's really good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I felt like I should have thought deeper since you got these heavy because still starting out with Dog Day Afternoon. That is a heavy meal.
Yeah, I thought of this list like last night as usual, and I was reflecting on Mindhunter, which if anybody's seen it, it's such a good series. I really loved it, but there's so many references to Dog Day Afternoon, and so to the point where I felt compelled to rewatch it because it's such a fantastic movie, and seeing it after I saw Inside Man made me appreciate Inside Man more because Spike Lee drew so much on Dog Day Afternoon, and
Mhm.
he obviously was very influenced in it. But it was very interesting to see those in the opposite order that I was probably supposed to see those movies in. But yeah,
That is interesting.
yeah.
Lauren, what is your dinner party?
So my starter is an Argentine film called Nueve Reinas. It's like a heist film, and it's a really good one. Definitely check that one out. My main, because even though I had to move it down from number 1 to number 2, I still love it, but was Captain America Winter Soldier. And my dessert is The Holiday because it's one of 3 rom-coms I like.
Yes, that's a good one though. I was gonna put that in mine, but
I've never
that's a
seen
good
it.
choice. Oh, girl, see it.
That's what everyone keeps on saying.
It's so good.
Normally vehemently anti-rom-com because I just find no satisfaction in it whatsoever. Like I'm very much give me guns, give me explosions, give me fights, and I'm a giddy person. But I happened to catch this one on TV, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I like it."
It's a good one though.
It is a good one.
surprisingly good.
Yes.
So,
And it's very light, but yeah, I agree. I agree with you there.
Well,
So good. Yeah.
I've known for a number of years now, and that's always been a movie she's talked about, and I still have yet to see it.
What? I didn't know this. You gotta see it.
Uh-oh. Everybody's got homework after this show.
I know.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing after this. So. Yeah.
Spell the name of your appetizer, Lauren.
Nueve, Nueve. Reinas, Reinas. You could probably also find the English title as 9 Queens.
9 Queens.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's much I can translate.
Well, it's on IMDb as 9 Queens, which is wow, it's almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
Look on Netflix.
And the lead, Ricardo Darín, is a very nice looking man.
Oh,
Nice.
And
Even
he was
better.
also in a movie called it's Son of the Bride, Hijo de la Novia. And it's like a family dramedy, also very good. Sort of in that same it would be just perfect appetizer too.
Ooh.
Well, once you said heist movie, I was already just sold, which is surprising. I didn't go for heist movies for my my whole dinner theme, but like I said, Black Panther. So that's what
There you go. I mean, that kind of is a heist film. I mean, it's like there's some heist
There's some
qualities
nice
in there.
food there. Same thing with Dog Day Afternoon.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Because I mean, normally my picks normally try to revolve around Ocean's 11, which has always been like one of my favorites. But yeah, I was like, okay, let me steer away because I can't think of anything else because I want to put the whole trilogy, and that's not allowed. Although I could have done the Italian Job and Gone in 60 Seconds.
You could have.
Yeah.
It's too late now, though.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Right. I'm just sitting here thinking, I was just like, man, I didn't even think about foreign films because I can go through my entire Pedro Almodovar list.
But this was hard because I'm thinking of all the films I've ever seen. It's like no.
It's a lot of film.
It's a lot.
Exactly.
Amazingly, the first film that I thought of was I think it's Like Water for Chocolate because it was a dinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really take that any further. That thought.
Yeah. Very seductive film.
I could have paired it with Soul Food, and then I'd have to get a third one. Maybe what is it? There's a movie with the guy Jeeves. I can't think of his name. Tony Shalhoub, and can't think of the name of it. But he plays a chef with a. That would have been the dessert.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Courtney, yours. What is your dinner party?
Okay, so my starter is The Craft.
Oh,
because witches, I love them. If you didn't know, my main would be Inception, and so I was like, okay, I'm looking at my list now, and I'm like, they don't really connect, but they kind of do because they all have this supernatural element to them, and even though The Craft and Inception are two different types of supernatural elements, they still have it there. And my dessert would be the Brass Teapot.
Looking that up now.
Yeah, look that up. It's a really fun little sci-fi. It's very light sci-fi, but it's sci-fi. It's there. It's got this magical sci-fi-ish fantasy. It's got this fantasy element to me that would tie The Craft and Inception, which are very heavier movies. But the Brass Teapot is really light, and it's witty, and it's a little bit funny, but it's just neat, but it's very light on the sci-fi, or on the fantasy element. And so actually I was introduced to the Brass Teapot by participating in Saturday Night Sci-Fi probably a couple years ago when Geek Soul Brothers, who founded it, and he started that, and he did it for a few years, and I think he's on hiatus this year, but that was one of the first, if not the first, movies that I watched with the Saturday Night Sci-Fi crew.
Oh,
and
cool.
So, and ever since then I've just loved it because I never had heard of it. I didn't think, I don't even think I had seen it. We watched it on Netflix, but it's just got this really neat story, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's accessible, and it's accessible for everybody. So that's my dinner party there.
That's a pretty special dinner party.
I remember that movie being featured. I don't remember it very well. I think I might have been in and out of the room. I may have been starting my apple pie phase. So
they find this teapot that apparently it grants their wishes. It's not like a genie's lamp or genie's bottle, but it's kind of similar. And so, but there are consequences to their wishes, and so it kind of follows. It's a young couple who are, of course, broke and don't have anything, but they have each other, and then they find this brass teapot that they find will grant their wishes and change their lives. And it's just a cute little, it's just neat. It's just a neat story. So check it out. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but
it's not.
Yeah, so you can't stream it on Netflix, but I have not checked anywhere else. But it's worth it to find it, and if you need to do the DVD option through Netflix, go for it. It's worth it.
So it definitely does sound like a much lighter movie. So
it is.
One can't listen or watch late at night because it's too light.
It's very easy. It's very easy to watch.
Cool.
Good. All right. Well, that was our dinner party. We'll expect invitations from everyone. We can watch all the
I got you.
Another letter from our listener, Dave.
The Indu Podcast.
Hi, my name is Ramona, and I'm the founder of Snacks for Thought. Snacks for Thought is a podcast designed to encourage your heart, challenge your thinking, and motivate you to action, but ultimately draw you closer to God. With only 4 to 5 minute episodes, you will hear topics ranging from struggling with your faith to hearing God's voice and everything in between. Snacks for Thought can be downloaded free on iTunes and can also be found on Podomatic.com. Just search for Snacks, the number 4, and Thought to enjoy a snack for the day.
Here at Johnny's Apple Orchard, apple cider is always in season. There are plenty of happy customers year-round.
I love me some of that apple cider from that Jimmy Beach Fuzz.
That's Johnny Appleseed.
Jimmy Cherrysdale?
No, Johnny Appleseed.
Jenny Applecoat?
Close enough. Johnny Appleseed's Orchard Apple Cider, always in season. Look for it in the produce aisle at your local grocers.
And we are back, and now we will be discussing Oscars 2018. I think this is the 90th. I've already lost count of anniversary. And what we will do, we will predict who will win, but we will also guess, or not guess, we'll have our wish list rather, or who we want to win, because sometimes those matter. But I'm going to keep track of everybody's guesses and predictions, and all the scoring will work, because when the Oscars are the telecast, I think, is March 4th, I think.
Yep.
And I will, everyone here, I'll write down your guesses, and then the next episode I'll announce the winner, although I'll probably do it on Twitter, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to go backwards from the list that I had sent when it starts with the visual effects, and we'll work our way up the list to the best picture. And we will just announce who we predict will win. And then we'll also announce who we really wish or want to win. Now, there's some scoring that goes involved in here. If your prediction is correct, you get 2 points. If your wish is correct, you get 1 point. But if your wish is your prediction, then you get 3 points.
Hey.
Yes.
So we shall commence, and we'll just kind of go around the table. I think I'll start, and then we'll go to Candace, and we'll go to Lauren, and then we'll go to Courtney, and then we'll come back around.
Sweet.
We'll start with visual effects. And for my prediction of who will win, I'm going to say Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And I really want Guardians of the Galaxy to win, because I just love that movie.
I think it's going to be Blade Runner 2049. And I would want it to be Blade Runner 2049.
All right.
I'm thinking it's going to be Blade Runner as well. But I would like to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 get it.
Courtney?
I would like Guardians of the Galaxy to get it. I think it's going to be Blade Runner.
All right. I'm just marking these down. And our next category is costume design. I'm thinking Phantom Thread will win. I'm predicting that's what they'll win. But I would like Beauty and the Beast to win. That's the only one that I've seen. Well, actually, no, I've saw Shape of Water. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast. That's what I think, or want to win. I want them to win.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. So sometimes I get really emotionally invested in this. So I think that Phantom Thread is going to win, and I have so many issues with that film, but I think it is just a really, really low-reaching decision on their behalf. I'm already predicting, but my hope would be The Shape of Water.
Okay.
I think Victoria and Abdul might be an upset.
Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
Because it's, sometimes you just, I don't know, you think you know what Oscar voters are going to do, and they're like, hey, guess what we got up our sleeve, and it just goes completely
Right.
left field. So I think that this might be a left field because Darkest Hour seemed like a very obvious choice, and so did Phantom Thread, and I don't see Beauty and the Beast getting it. So I'm going to say my thought and wish will just be Victoria and Abdul.
Okay. I kind of thought that too at first. I'm like, nah, I'll leave it alone, please. I opened a trailer, and that's it. I really didn't know much about that movie.
Yeah.
And Courtney?
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Beauty and the Beast all around. I want it to win. I think it'll win.
Okay. And we will go to the next category, which is makeup and hair. My prediction and not even just a wish, but I didn't really have a wish for either of these. So I'm just going to throw it the wish Darkest Hour. Going for the-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go on. I'm just saying I'm going for the whole 3 points for that one.
Yeah. Boy. I'm gonna go with. I'm really torn just because I dislike all of these equally. I'll go with Victoria and Abdul to win, and Darkest Hour, I would hope.
Okay.
I've got Darkest Hour for both.
Wow.
All right. And Courtney?
I'm gonna go with Victoria and Abdul to. Oh wait, hold on. Let me think about it. Victoria and Abdul. No, Darkest Hour to win, but my money's on Victoria and Abdul.
Okay. All right. And next is original song, which was difficult for me because I've heard 4 out of the 5 songs here. Nope, I lied. 3 out of 4. 3 out of the 5. But I think This Is Me will win. But I would like Remember Me to win, even though I like that song and This Is Me and Stand Up for Something. I like all 3 of those songs. But This Is Me, I think, will win.
I think Remember Me will win, and I would hope Mystery of Love would win.
Okay.
I think Remember Me will win, and I want Mighty River to win.
Right.
I'm gonna do Remember Me for both. I want it to win, and I think it'll win.
I'm going to feel like that this will win. Remember Me.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah.
The next category we have is original score. And I have The Shape of Water to both win, and I want that one to win.
I would say some of these I really have to think about what the score even was. I'll say right. So because this is okay, I'll go. My hope would be Dunkirk.
Okay.
And I think they're gonna go with The Shape of Water.
All right.
Let's see. I'm a sucker for a Star Wars score, so that's my wish. But I think Dunkirk might take it.
Okay.
I just thought Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like, okay, that seems like a sure bet.
Right. So I want Dunkirk to win because Hans Zimmer, but I feel like Star Wars is gonna take it because John Williams.
Right.
Okay, you said you want...
So yeah, Dunkirk I want to win. That's my wish. But I think Star Wars is gonna take it.
Okay. All right. Our next category is production design. This one was a difficult one for me, but I'm going to go all in on The Shape of Water. I would like that one to win, and I think that's the one that's going to win.
Same. Yep. I think it'll win, and I think it should win.
Okay.
I'd like The Shape of Water to win, but I think Dunkirk just might be that film that just has everyone scratching their heads when they collect awards. So
I did not like Dunkirk, but yes, I do think
you know
it's
what I
gonna
mean.
win.
You know what I mean, though,
Yeah.
Ken, because they're like
Yep.
everybody's like, this movie's great, this was wonderful, but out of left field comes this other one, and I
Right.
think Dunkirk might be that film. So yeah, I want Shape of Water, but I think it might be Dunkirk.
And Courtney, say you.
I'm gonna go with y'all. Rooting for Shape of Water, but it's probably gonna be Dunkirk.
Okay. Out of this list, that's the only one. Actually, I haven't seen Darkest Hour yet either, but Dunkirk.
So boring.
Here.
It is mind numbing.
Trying to get myself together. So we have next sound mixing, which with this one, I normally, whatever I pick for sound mixing, I usually try to pick for sound editing, just because in the past, except for a couple occasions, but in the past, whatever got mixing also got editing. So for sound mixing and editing, well, I'll separate them so not to confuse you guys. But for sound mixing, I went with Star Wars. That is my pick, or that is my prediction, and that is also who I want to win.
I think Star Wars will win, and I hope Baby Driver wins.
I lost my second choice,
Mhm.
but I had
Yeah, I had Star Wars as my think, but Baby Driver as my wish list.
I'm glad to see it here. Whatever happens, I'm just really glad that people
Yeah.
didn't forget about Baby Driver.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I think Star Wars is gonna take it. Baby Driver is I hope it's the underdog that comes on, pushes on through.
Yeah, if that gets it, I'm going to lose that point. Oh well. All right, and next is the editing. So would that be about the same, or?
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Star Wars definitely. I mean, Star Wars prediction. I'm gonna go with Blade Runner for. You know what? Let me not make this difficult. Yes, the exact same thing that I said for sound mixing. Because I was gonna, whatever. I had a crazy moment, and I'm okay now. So it's Star Wars and Baby Driver.
Okay. And Lauren?
Yep, I'm gonna keep the same.
Same. All right.
Yep.
And just marking everybody's down. And oops, get my own codes. Don't mind me. And now we are going to the film editing, which I went with Baby Driver for the win. That is both. I want it to win, and I think it's going to win.
I think they're going to give it to Dunkirk, and I would want them to give it to I, Tonya.
Okay.
I think they're gonna give it to Dunkirk, but I wanted it to go to Baby Driver.
Same. I think it's gonna go to Dunkirk, but I want it to go to Baby Driver. I don't think it's gonna happen though. If we're being honest.
I mean, they love Dunkirk, and I am just so confused. I'm like,
it's a war drama, you know.
But they love those war dramas.
Oh, they
love
really
war dramas.
do. I'm just like, which Dunkirk did you guys watch? Because the one I got was affected.
I haven't watched it yet. I know it's on Amazon Prime. So wait, is it? No, it's not on Amazon Prime. I was going to rent it because I haven't seen it in the theaters. But I love Christopher Nolan, and that's the only one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's
So-
very different for Christopher Nolan, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I'm ready for an Oscar.
Apparently, that's probably what the motivating factor is.
Next, we have Best Foreign Language Film. Normally, I'm a little better with foreign language, meaning I've watched a few of these, but I haven't seen any of these this year. So I had to do some research to make some guesses, so they're kind of wild. My prediction as to who will win is The Square, and I would like to see A Fantastic Woman win because that seems to have won the most festivals that I've researched. So.
Yeah, I actually have The Square somewhere in my apartment, so I really need to catch up with that and stop playing around. And so I think that A Fantastic Woman is going to win. And I think I would want The Square to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I think A Fantastic Woman's going to win. As far as my wish, you know what? I'm going to say The Square.
Courtney?
So I don't know nothing about any of these movies, so I'm just gonna go with A Fantastic Woman for both. Let's. It's what I want to win. That's what I predict to win.
Right.
I just like the title. I like the title.
I didn't do that. That kind of good.
Yeah.
Yes, Fantastic Woman indeed. Best live action short, and actually for most of these shorts, I didn't know much about them, and I wish there was a way I could see them. But
They do a short Oscar run right before the Oscar. They might actually even be in theaters right now, but it's only like for a week. I've been getting emails about it. In all the short form categories, they are available in certain theaters for a week. I want to say prior to the Academy Awards.
I have to really search. I have enough apps on my phone that can show me where movies are playing, so I'll take note of it this year.
Mm.
So for my picks for best live action short film, I went with The Silent Child to I'm sorry, that's the one that I want to win. This is The Silent Child. The one that I think will win is The 11 O'Clock.
So I have only seen DeKalb Elementary, and DeKalb Elementary is so good. And so I want it to win. I think it should win.
That was actually my same choice. DeKalb Elementary, my wish, and I think they'll give it to him.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the ladies, DeKalb Elementary, for the win.
All right. And best documentary short subject, I went with Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405 for the win.
First of all, I always love the documentary short subject titles because they're always like intense. So I'm gonna go. I have not seen these, so I'm gonna go with Night Skills as my what I want to win, and what I think will win is Edith and Eddie.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405 for both.
Okay.
I am gonna go with Heroine for both.
All right. Now we will go to best documentary feature, and again, I'm normally up to date with some of these documentaries. Actually, a couple of these are on Netflix. I have not seen any of them, but I will go with Faces, Places to Win, or that's both I win and want to win.
I recently saw Strong Island, and I cannot get it out of my head. I think it will win, and I think it should win.
Okay.
I would like to see Last Men in Aleppo win, but maybe Strong Island might take it.
So I'm gonna go with Icarus for both.
Reading about some of these, I think I really want to see them all.
Yeah, Strong Island is streaming on Netflix. I'm not sure about the others because I think Icarus just came to theaters, same as Last Minute in Aleppo. But definitely Strong Island is on Netflix.
Okay, I'll add that to my homework list. All right, and one of my favorite subjects, cinematography. I have Blade Runner to win, but I would like to see Mudbound win.
I was just looking at this. I was just, okay, we are here. I think that Mudbound should absolutely win, and I think that The Shape of Water will.
Okay.
I think Mudbound should win, but they're gonna give it to Dunkirk.
Oh, I forgot that was still here. It's in every category. I can't escape this thing.
It's in every category.
What is this? Oh my gosh, mine was effective.
I want Mudbound to win. I think Mudbound should win. I think Dunkirk. Yeah, I think Dunkirk is gonna take it though.
Yeah, Dunkirk might be the upset.
I will not be upset for that. That would be fantastic.
Next, we have a original screenplay, and this one was difficult for me, but I'm going all in on Get Out, but I do have The Big Sick as one that I wouldn't be mad if that won too, or if that one won. But I'm going all in on Get Out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I feel like literally the exact same way. I wouldn't be upset if The Big Sick won. I would be floored, but I would be pleased. I think Get Out. I think Get Out should win. And quick thing, I'm in the middle of the screenplay for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and guys, it is atrocious.
Really?
It is so atrocious.
Oh wow!
And so every time I see that under the screenplay, I'm just like, we've all got a chance. Like if this can be here, we all got a chance. So all that to say,
good to know.
Yes, all that to say, Get Out, I think will win. I think should win. I think Lady Bird will win.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'd like Get Out to win, and I'm kind of hoping for a Big Sick upset. So I think they might surprise us.
I can get behind that.
So, I want Get Out to win. Think it should win. I don't know. Lady Bird and The Shape of Water and The Big Sick are my three probablys, and I can't decide. So I'm gonna bet on The Big Sick. But even as I say that, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna actually. I don't know if it's gonna pull it out with Lady Bird and The Shape of Water. I don't know. But that's what I'm gonna go with. Big Sick for the win.
Right. Now, adapted screenplay. I have Call Me By Your Name to win, but again, I would like Mudbound. I would like to see that win.
I think Mudbound should win. I think they're going to give it to. Oh, wait a second. I didn't see Molly's Game is here. Okay. Okay. I think. Gosh, but this is the only category where D. Reeves is here. I think Mudbound should win. I think they're going to give it to Molly's Game, which I would not be upset about.
All right.
I
That's not
would
the movie on
love-
Netflix, is it? I'm sorry, Lauren.
Molly's
Molly's
Game?
Game.
No,
Is
it's
that
okay.
is that movie on Netflix?
No.
I'm thinking of maybe Gerald's Game.
Oh, that's Gerald's Game. Yeah.
That might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's a different game.
God, don't.
A lot of people playing games.
Right.
Different game.
Totally different game.
Right. Okay. Just kidding. Sorry.
I would love to see Logan win, but I think Call Me By Your Name will get it.
I would be mad at that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I'm with Lauren. I would love to see Logan. I think actually The Disaster Artist might just get it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
No, I mean, I didn't realize until this moment that Disaster Artist hadn't been blackballed completely, like off the list. I was like, oh, it's still retained.
It's still there.
everything's
That's why
over it.
I
Okay.
think it may upset it. So I don't know. It's always the ones we never predict.
Which I actually appreciate, but don't hurt me too much.
Right.
Next we have animated short, and I'm going with Negative Space to win, but I would like to see Dear Basketball win.
I would want Dear Basketball to win for sure. I think they're gonna go with Garden Party.
All right.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
3 for 3.
Now for animated feature, I am all in on Coco.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just say I have not seen Coco yet. I've been trying to get my hands on this.
What?
I know. I've heard the songs. I have not seen.
Don't judge too fast. I'm in the same boat.
What? Oh God.
I cannot get through Boss Baby. I've tried 3 times and that's it. I've only gone maybe a half an hour in it. That's after 3 tries.
Oh, wow.
And so I love The Breadwinner. So I think The Breadwinner should win. I think they're going to give it to Coco.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Coco might win it, but I would like to see The Breadwinner.
I'm all in for Coco.
All right. Our next category is director. Now this one was difficult for me. The only one I didn't care for was Paul Thomas Anderson, because he's already I love Guillermo del Toro, and I predict that he will win it. I would love it if Jordan Peele got it for Get Out. I would not be upset if Lady Bird got it, and because I am such a fanboy for Christopher Nolan, I wouldn't be upset if he got it for Dunkirk.
What kind of voting?
I
is
know.
that?
You're like, you picked them all.
What? You can't pick all of them. What?
Right. What kind of rules are these, man?
You changing stuff up on us or what?
Can we all just go through here and just pick everything?
Pick more than one?
My prediction: Jordan Peele for Get Out is who I want to win.
I think they are going to give it to Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. I think wholeheartedly that Get Out deserves this, and Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Would love to see Jordan Peele get on that stage, but I feel like we'll get to see Christopher Nolan's tux.
Oh dear. I'll pretend that it's for Inception of the Dark Knight.
Right, we could, yeah.
Same.
So I would love to see Jordan Peele get this one. I think they're gonna give it to Christopher Nolan.
And again, just rewarding him for past movies, not for this one.
Fair.
Right. Yeah.
Now, supporting actress. I would love to see Mary J. Blige win for Mudbound, but I predict Allison Janney will get it for I, Tonya.
So this is like the easiest category for me. I think Allison Janney should win by a landslide, and I think that she will win.
Okay.
And I would want her to win.
I'd like Mary J. Blige to win, but I think Allison Janney will take it.
I want Octavia Spencer to get it, but I think Allison Janney is gonna get that Oscar.
All right. Next is supporting actor, and I have Sam Rockwell for the win, which I don't really care for this movie at all, but I was impressed by his performance. And I would actually be giving this award to him for other movies he's been in.
Sure, I appreciate that. I can honestly say that about all these guys, because I think all of these guys are really great actors, and I just don't love any of their performances.
Exactly.
Like in any of these movies. But if I had to choose between these five, I would definitely say Richard Jenkins. I think he was the most affecting performance out of the five for me.
Mm-hmm. So you want to win?
That's who I want to win. Sam Rockwell is going to take it. And y'all know how hard that is for me to talk about. I just ask that you respect my privacy during this very difficult time.
Listen, I understand. I totally understand.
Movie, I completely understand.
No, but you nailed it perfectly. Like I can respect all of these actors. I just don't like anything on this list
at all. Yeah.
But if we're going to go with let's see. Let me get into the minds of Oscar voters. I guess I would like to see Willem Dafoe win. But I feel like I don't know. I'm just gonna try and go least likely to happen, but maybe Christopher Plummer because of that Hail Mary move of getting him in the film.
Hail Mary, yes.
Yeah.
So and
true,
they love a good Hail Mary story. So
that's right. Yeah.
I'm thinking Christopher Plummer might be like, seriously, guys, I was just in there for like 15 minutes. Like,
yes. And they like painted my face in some scenes.
Right. It's mostly CGI, but
but go off though.
Yeah, but yeah, Willem Dafoe as my wish, but Christopher Plummer for the win.
All right.
So I'm actually Christopher Plummer is my wish because Christopher Plummer and Sam Rockwell for the win.
All right, now we're moving up to lead actress, and again, I'll go with Frances McDormand just because she's been winning everything else. That's who I'm predicting will win. And hated her character in the movie, but maybe that was the point. So she deserved it. So we all went on Frances.
So I'm gonna do like a daring thing. I think that Frances McDormand is the obvious choice who they want to win, but I think that what's actually gonna happen is that Sally Hawkins is gonna come in for this deal. But on my planet, in my world, Margot Robbie would take all these women to task. So she has been since like the beginning, since I've seen I, Tonya. She has been my number one since the beginning. And since Jessica Chastain is not here, Margot Robbie is taking that.
So that's for the win and your wish?
No, Sally Hawkins will win and Margot Robbie is my wish.
Okay. I wouldn't be mad if Sally Hawkins won. I'll say that.
Yeah.
She was very charming.
Very.
For some reason, Hollywood really, really, really likes Three Billboards, so I think we might see Frances McDormand on that stage, but I wouldn't even... Okay, if I had to look at this list, I've seen I, Tonya and I've seen Lady Bird, but I feel like they really love the young, scrappy girl. So, okay, Saoirse. I'll say Saoirse Ronan is my wish, and Frances is the win.
Okay.
I did not like Lady Bird, y'all. I just want to say that.
I mean,
Let me clarify. I didn't dislike it. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. I just felt nothing for it.
I think that's maybe worse than not liking it.
I don't actively hate it at all whatsoever.
You just weren't
It's
moved by
fine.
it.
I was completely unmoved by it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I do. I haven't seen it yet, but I
You understand that emotion.
You get it. Yeah.
oh, that was a movie. Okay.
So I actually want Margot Robbie to get it. I think they're gonna give it though to Frances McDormand.
Right. Now we are at lead actor. And I, again, just watching them past wins, Gary Oldman will probably get it. But I would prefer Daniel to get it for Get Out.
So I know, because I really love three of these performances a lot, and Denzel is one of the performances I really, really liked, and I'm glad that he's here. So I'm just gonna dismiss Daniel Day-Lewis and Gary Oldman. I'm just gonna pretend they're not here, and so I'm just gonna focus on Timothy and Daniel. And I've been torn with the two of them for months. I would be floored if Daniel Kaluuya won. I think Timothy should win and will win.
Okay.
Would love to see Daniel Kaluuya get it, but I feel like Daniel Day-Lewis, they might call him on stage. Because I was going to retire.
Wait, did y'all hear that? I thought that was inside.
No, you said it, ma'am.
No, because you know how they are. He came out of retirement for this one film, and we got to let him go out on a high note. So, mess.
Also, there is no whispering on the internet. So,
I don't know. It felt very inside my head, but I guess it was not.
Voice how I was feeling about it as well. Just,
So I would love Daniel Kaluuya to take it. I think they're gonna go with Gary Oldman though. I think they're gonna give it to him. It's that old money vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty much, his image is pretty much the definition of the voting academy.
Right. That's how I feel about it. So I don't know. He can do no wrong in their eyes, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So now we come to Best Picture, and I've just, again, this is not my wish at all. This is just who I think will win. I don't understand why, but Three Billboards, I feel it will take the picture, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I would love to see Get Out win.
Yeah. So, quick intro. I don't think that Get Out or Call Me By Your Name will win for the most ridiculous reasons. I don't think that they'll choose Get Out because they already chose a black film last year. And I don't think they'll choose Call Me By Your Name because they already chose a gay film last year. Mm-hmm. So, but those are the two films here that I think are the best. And so,
yeah.
I think Get Out should absolutely win. I think that they're going to give it to. Oh, you know what I'm just noticing? Sorry, guys. I'm just noticing. Oh, never mind. It's here. So I think they're going to. I say that Get Out should win, and that The Shape of Water is going to win.
I wouldn't mind that either. If they won.
I didn't love that film. It was very beautiful, though, like visually.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd love to see Get Out win, but I think Three Billboards will take it.
What a sad world we live in.
Right. Yeah, I want Get Out to win. I'm torn between The Shape of Water and Three Billboards because I feel like with you, Sterling, I think they're going to give it to Three Billboards, even though number one, Get Out is the better of the films, and then The Shape of Water comes in a close second. But they always give it to the weirdest, like why that? So I'm just gonna go with The Shape of Water as the winner, and probably be wrong, and Three Billboards wins it.
I think maybe it just hit me why Three Billboards might possibly win, because when I went to go see it, I was in a theater full of old white people, and Get Out, I'm pretty sure they would all feel very uncomfortable at that particular screen.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I yeah.
There was one scene in Three Billboards where one said old white person looked over at me because there were some heavily racially things going on. I guess they were trying to judge my.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite.
no.
That is my favorite. Well, it's funny. I had a similar experience when I was watching 12 Years a Slave in a big screening, and of mostly white people, and there's like no rest in that movie. It's all terrible all the time, and so there was one really painful scene, and a white person came over. Like, she didn't come over, but she looked at me, and she had tears in her eyes, and I just looked at her, and I had completely dry eyes. I was like, and what? Like, I didn't say anything. I was just like, I keep your tears. I don't want them. Thanks.
Right. You should have collected them to drink them.
Well, there we have it. There are. We will follow up in just a couple weeks after the awards happen and see who wins out of all of this. As well, you can follow me. I'll be live tweeting the awards like I do every year because that's fun for me. And yeah, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll just wrap up and move along.
The Indu Podcast.
It's right in your own backyard, hiding behind a bush, or maybe already inside your house. Sometimes they are hanging out in malls, in schools, in churches. While it might be hard to believe, roughly 5 million Americans don't even know where clowns come from. In communities just like yours, there are many who need help. Join people across the country who are coming together to stop clowns and their foolish shenanigans. Start today. It can be as easy as telling parents to stop inviting them to birthday parties. No child in the history of children has ever requested a clown at their party, ever. Clowns feed on your attention, so don't give in. Ignore and run away. Moms are okay. But remember, if you see a clown, don't fool around, get out of town.
Hey there, friend. Enjoying this podcast production? I bet your sweet buttery face you are. I bet you're also thinking, how can I support this show and look awesome doing it? Aside from telling your best pal and all their kin, you can head over to Indoob.com, and 2 clicks later, after hitting the store tab, you'll find yourself with several fun and fancy swag brought to you by the fine folks at the Indoob Network and TeePublic. If you're a fan of Indoob, Food Fight, or anything under the Indoobian sun, you can find it plastered on mugs, hoodies, pillows, cases, bags, and of course, t-shirts. Hurry on over now, and you may catch a sale with all tees 30% off. Seriously, they have sales like every other week. So head on over to Indoob.com or teepublic.com. That's TEEPUBLIC.com and type Indoob in the search bar and continue to pod with the best. And welcome back to the Indoob Podcast. We've covered so many topics today. It was so much fun. So much fun, Candace and Lauren, for you both being here to help us nerd out tonight with Black Panther and the Oscars. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for the invite.
Candace, do you have any plugs or shout outs? Is there anything coming up that you want to promote or anything of that nature? Anything?
I don't have anything special going up to promote, but if you guys want to ever continue a conversation, I'm always up for debates and conversation, primarily on Twitter, and you can reach me at Real Talker. That's REELTALKER.
Awesome. And Lauren?
You can find me on Twitter. My handle is at I am Lauren P. I am here for all things related to The Good Place, The Office, dogs, otters, action films, any kind of film, really. I like talking about this stuff and, writing, the process of writing, writing films or TV shows, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm usually accessible, so you can hit me up on Twitter.
Cool. Cool. And Courtney, do you have anything?
Yeah, y'all can find me on Twitter at IamKHinton, where I tweet about just about everything from politics to feminism to entertainment to knitting to everything. So hit me up.
Great. And as for me, well, that does it. Well, you can find my Patreon. And lately I've been doing a new hashtag Indoob Plays. So any music I'm listening to, whether it's a song that I have on repeat, I will share it because I think you guys should all hear it too. And I have been curating playlists of just new music that I find, again, that I think should, be out in the world or more popular than what it might be. So look up Indoob Plays. Go to TeePublic to find my shirts and designs, mugs, bags, totes, stuff like that. New designs will be on the way eventually once I get back into that creative space. But anything else Indoob related, just put it in Google and you'll find me and all the fun things that I'm up to. And please remember to rate, comment, share the pod on Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you so much for supporting, listening, stopping by, and pressing play. Tell someone you value that you value them and live for the folks you love. Wakanda forever. I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. And remember, if the world didn't suck, we'd all fall off.
The Indoob podcast was recorded on planet Earth and is an extension of the Indoob blog found at indoob.com. You can subscribe and find more episodes on iTunes and indoob.podbean.com. You can also follow Master Sterling on Twitter at Indoob. I am not allowed. This is Bilford signing off, and this has been another 3SFX production.
Use your words, Chief. Good boy.